From the Detroit Free Press, it's Thursday, July 29th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist with the Detroit Free Press. Did you just spot extra money in your bank account? About 1.5 million taxpayers will get extra tax refunds during the last week of July. It's the fourth round of refunds related to changes in the unemployment tax rules. This latest batch of refunds averaged around $1,686. So far, the IRS has issued 8.7 million unemployment-related refunds, totaling $10 billion. Another 4 million or so returns are likely under review. Earlier this year, many had complained about the long wait for this money. The tax returns in question were filed in February and March before tax rules relating to jobless benefits changed through the American Rescue Plan, which was signed into law March 11th. The new temporary tax break applies only for those with modified adjusted gross incomes of less than $150,000 in 2020, and it applies to those who also received unemployment benefits last year. The IRS discouraged most people from amending their federal returns, though there were some exceptions, such as if you would suddenly qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit. The state of Michigan, though, is encouraging those who filed early and might have missed this tax break on unemployment benefits to file an amended return with the state to get that extra cash.
This is Brian McCollum, music writer with the Detroit Free Press. The rock band Chicago has played DTE Energy Music Theater more than any act in the venue's history, 81 shows at the Old Pine Knob to be exact. But Sunday night's Chicago show there was one of a kind, the first concert at DTE in 665 days, going back to September 2019. The concert marked the opening of the floodgates as shows returned to big venues across Metro Detroit, nearly a year and a half after the onset of the pandemic. In the era of COVID, of course, nothing is set in stone, so the situation could still change. But as things stand, the region's amphitheaters, arenas, theaters, and clubs are returning to action in a big way. For the next 2.5 months, there will be a major concert in Metro Detroit nearly every day of the week as tours return in full force, including more than 70 shows at the area's 4 major amphitheaters. The concerts range from biggies like Guns N' Roses August 8th at Comerica Park, to theaters such as the Fox. At DTE, which notched the highest amphitheater attendance in the United States in 2019, guests will encounter some changes, including a move to all mobile ticketing. There's also a new policy banning bags, which is meant to ease congestion at the gates by speeding up security checks.
I'm Kyle Davidson with the Detroit Free Press. Have you ever wanted to fly through the air in a B-17 bomber? What about taking a ride in the Goodyear Blimp? If so, you're in luck. These experiences and more will be auctioned off to benefit the Selfridge Military Air Museum. History buffs and aviation enthusiasts will have from 6 p.m. on Friday, July 30th, through 6 p.m. on August 6th to bid on 9 different experiences, ranging from a ride in an M4 Sherman tank to an aerial tour of Detroit. The museum will use the auction's funds to build an aviation education center and hangar. The museum features 32 fully restored aircraft, alongside other exhibits. It is maintained entirely by a team of 45 volunteers, and receives all of its funding from internal programming, admission, and the Michigan Air Guard Historical Association. For more information on how to secure your own aerial adventure, visit freep.com.
I'm Andrew Hammond for the Free Press Sports Department. Say you have 2 teams from Detroit and Minnesota, and they're playing a game in the afternoon, and the final score is 17-14. You'd think I'm talking about the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings. No, I am not. Yesterday afternoon, the Detroit Tigers defeated the Minnesota Twins 17-14 at Target Field to take the 3-game set 2-1. Perhaps the most impressive thing in this offensive explosion is that the Tigers did not hit one home run in the process. Jeimer Candelario and Eric Haas each collected a team-high 3 RBIs. The Tigers are going to continue the same success, or looking to continue the same success, against the Baltimore Orioles starting at 7:10 p.m. tonight. Casey Mize is on the bump for the Tigers.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.